Welcome to the First Annual Cagey Awards. And now, your hosts, Justin, Pat, Jonathan, and that cannon guy.
It's just pee.
It's just pee.
It's just pee.
Who peed on the floor?
Standing tall on the wings of my dreams.
Okay. Cold
The
basement,
rest.
cold open.
Yeah,
That's all you need in the world.
It's the Cageys.
It's almost like that's what this show is all about.
I don't have my suit on.
I don't have my. I'm wearing sweatpants.
Oh, I'm wearing short. I'm kind of cold. I probably should have put on some pants. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
fine, though. I'll be all
Well, I
right.
mean, it's disgusting outside. It feels pretty good down here.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello and welcome to Caging Greatness, this special presentation of the award show we are calling The Cageys.
Yay! It's time.
Pop 'em if you got 'em, boys and girls.
Please excuse my voice. It's definitely not 3 days after we recorded the impression game. And we
Jonathan, where'd you
did.
get that mini tiny bottle there?
But how could that be? How could we have seen The Family Man by now?
I know. We watched that movie and had a very rousing and in-depth discussion on the idea of morality and mortality.
Yes, listen to that episode that
yeah.
we
Came out
totally
last week.
recorded.
Yes,
last
that
week.
last week's episode.
Because we only record as they come across on
Right.
the calendar.
Yeah, we record in chronological order all the time.
Definitely not like the AYCH award shows that we recorded 2 weeks or less into the month of December.
Right. Definitely not like that.
Because, you know, it's not like there's holidays and people are scheduling like animals in December.
We're
Right.
cramming, folks. Get over it. Leave us alone.
I mean, you're not going to know.
Well, I mean, I gotta say,
Well, they are going to know because we told them, Pat.
my schedule's pretty wide open, which reminds me of a sad story
I'll
from
keep
my
it to
child.
yourself.
Well, God damn it.
Sorry.
So,
I don't know why it sounded like Pee Wee Herman.
Award for best cough goes to...
for our New Year's resolution, less coughing on the episodes.
Pat, I'm sorry. I cannot promise
I
that.
can't
I got
make
nothing.
any promises.
Look, I don't like New Year's resolutions this year because if 2020 and 2021 have taught me anything, I'm not the goddamn problem. And maybe the world should make a fucking resolution because I'm doing pretty all right.
Yeah, make your resolution while you revolve around me, motherfucker.
That's right. That's right. Anyway,
Oh, man.
welcome to the Cageys. This is the episode where we talk about our favorite stuff from the last 10 months of the show, which was also the first 10 months of the show.
Yeah.
And what a crazy 10 months it has been.
The show in its entirety, really.
Honestly, it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
I know. It feels like it's been like 3 or 4 years.
This year has flown by, and I hate it.
Yeah.
It's like I probably really want to do like a lot of like recap. It's like what's the best of this? Like best shows, best thing. But then like our actual birthday is in like 2 months. So how much do we save for the year end, and how much do we save for our birthday?
It'll be fine. We'll do something special for our birthday. We'll just do the Cageys in December every year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, the year's not over. It's almost Christmas. I mean, Christmas was last week.
It's almost New Year's.
And then,
almost New
and then
Year's.
next year for the Cageys, it will technically be the end of our year.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
And yeah, podcasting and the horseshoes are pretty similar. Close enough is what gets you there.
Yeah, I mean, look, we go all out to provide fantastic entertainment to all 12 of you. So,
Hey, that's 3 times the listeners we had at the beginning of the year.
I know we're growing exponentially, not quickly enough for some corporations, but it's fine. So, yeah, let's get right into the Cageys. And since this isn't airing for another 2 weeks from when we record, I mean, since I have so much free time, I'll probably make some fun, ridiculous Oscar-style theme for it.
Oh, yeah.
Should be fun.
But we need a sound box to play when someone gets a little too like wistful in their discussion.
Yeah. No.
Can I take a moment to give a little shout ski to the Cage Rage podcast?
Sure.
From what happened to them on Twitter recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out our contemporaries.
Obviously, all Nick Cage fans here. And we saw the new trailer for next year's release, The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Yes.
Wow,
sorry.
fake fan.
Yeah, fake fan here. Well, I'm sorry. But the official Twitter account for that movie basically tweeted out a tweet, and made it a quote for their page. And I thought that was pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, man. That was good on them. That was really cool.
Yeah, good for them.
good on
Imagine
them.
if our dog and pony show got like that kind of clout.
That'd be great. Then we might have enough listeners for some corporation.
Oh, God. Okay, so the Cageys.
Yeah, the award for best self-deprecation this year, which we will follow by best self-defecation.
Oh, man.
And we all know who won that one, folks.
Me. Full diaper at all times.
All right, so I think that's a good segue into what we should probably do as our first award. What is the dumbest bit we do on this show?
Oh, because I don't know.
I vote I go last on this one.
I don't know. All of our bits are like top tier.
Right.
I couldn't think of a single one that's just falling flat.
Oh, sorry. I even covered that one up. I'm pretty sure you can still hear it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that was,
Oh, God. I fucking crop dusted myself with my own burp. Oh, God. I am sorry, world, if anyone else smelled that. Jesus.
I really hope we don't have like smellopods one day.
I just hope you didn't smell that, Pat. He's like, Pat's like right next to me.
well, if his hair burns off and he dies, we'll know he did.
It turns out I'm actually smell deaf.
You don't smell blind, do we? Oh, wait, they haven't seen that yet. We can't talk about that. No.
Oh,
I can't wait. That was almost my birthday pick.
I can't believe they still haven't seen it. It's so good.
We got to fix
We
that
gotta
shit
watch
soon.
it. It is so
Walk
good.
Hard, the Dewey Cox film.
It's great.
It's so fucking good. But anyway,
Dumbest bit.
the dumbest bit on this show, eh?
Yeah. For me personally,
Yeah.
I think it's that thing that you guys do where you lie to me and gaslight me.
Nah, that's top tier, S tier.
Come on, that's one of the best bits of all time.
See, I don't
It
agree.
just shows how good our acting is.
That seems not right.
I'm sorry, Jim. You can't blame us for how gullible you are.
I mean, I can though. I sure can for trusting you guys since you're my friends.
Wow. Well, try better next time.
Okay. Well, it's good that came back.
All right.
Anyway,
What you got, Ken?
What I have is it's actually self-deprecating because it pretty much ended as soon as it began. I was that bit that I was going to try to continue on the show when we started. It's like, let's see if this movie is insert Nick Cage movie here or if it's a insert Nick Cage movie here. I was basically booking myself into a corner real quick. And basically using all the best ones first. And there really wasn't a lot of good ones to use after the fact.
see, I disagree. I think that was a really good bit. I always got a kick out of it.
I know, but like I said, I was running out of material for that quicker than we're running out of material for this podcast.
Sure.
Like in movie sake.
I mean, we're
Movie
really not
terms.
running out that quickly.
No, I'm not saying we are. It's just like, I mean, I've done the numbers. I have the numbers on
I
my
mean,
face.
why do you think we dither so much in the show? Because like if we just did one Cage a week, this show would be over really fast. I mean, hell, there are other Cage shows. They've run out of Cage shit too. They're just doing whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like
See, that's why we sprinkle whatever the fuck in between.
Yeah.
Yep.
because that one
Longevity people. That's what we're going for.
But yeah, that's all I had. Just one of my own bits, actually.
All right, Pat.
You know, while he was talking, I had a bit, but I lost it. Fuck. God damn it! You go ahead, Jonathan.
Oh wait, you really didn't have one?
No, I was thinking of one, and then like while I was listening to you, that's a funny story. Then like, fuck, I lost it.
Well, guess what? You're not last anymore. And is it weird that I think I know what it is?
Because the thing is,
Was it invented in 2001 by chance?
I'm getting there. when I was making this, I was finishing up this list this morning before I went to the grocery store. I was like, there really aren't that many bits that I don't like. I mean, it's like, at least I find them funny. And then it hit me. Like what alcoholics call a moment of clarity. It's the clapper bit. I'm fucking tired of it.
I mean, I could have told you that one. I was anticipating it.
Like the fucking clouds parted and the ray of light shined on my face as God was like, hey, you remember when they made fun of you for the clapper?
To be fair, we haven't said that in a while.
That is very true.
And they quickly became just shimmy. Really. I still love the bit. Don't get me wrong. And I still partook in that bit for a good chunk of that bit. Do not get me wrong. However,
It was a funny bit.
yeah,
it was a funny bit.
However, it's not my. I will spoilers. It's not my favorite bit.
Sure. That's a good segue.
But
But now we're going into our favorite.
wait. Have you gone yet, Pat?
Oh, and it was in a similar respect. Before they got on to Jonathan for the clapper, they were hounding me for not watching the Insert X Marvel show here at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, I can't just like acquiesce to the fucking never-ending train of Marvel releases.
I mean,
Shit. I've only watched one in completion. That was fucking WandaVision.
I still don't think I finished that one. I've like watched a little bit of everything for the most part.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
But saw all of Eternals.
all 7 episodes.
I kid, it's not that bad, but still, goddamn, it was fucking long.
If I've learned anything this week, you got to get on these shows at a rapid fucking pace.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
Sorry about that.
no, it's not that. Even as I was scrolling Facebook today, I saw it.
Like I
so
said,
either way, it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I woke up to a Yahoo News notification and a message from a buddy of mine. Like, hey, did you see the internet broke because Hawkeye?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, my alarm hasn't gone off yet for the day. Thank you.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to Hawkeye.
I saw the first episode.
Yeah,
It was
how
good.
was it?
Yeah, I liked it. Like, my problem is not that I don't want to watch it or that I don't think it'll be good. My problem is just fucking time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's almost as Marvel just expects you to that to be the only thing you consume.
Contrary to popular belief, sometimes committing to the bit is not that easy. You can put that into watching shit as well.
Yeah.
Because that's time. You got to put time in it. Like, I at least am going to try to knock out what there is of Hawkeye before next week. When does that show come out?
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays? Okay,
Yeah.
before next Wednesday.
And then like the Boba Fett started yesterday,
What?
Oh God. Jesus
Really?
Christ.
December
Yeah.
29th.
Yes, started yesterday. December
Yeah.
29th.
Oh, God damn it. I'm tired of this kayfabe bullshit.
Oh my God. Yeah, that fucked me up.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 more episodes of Hawkeye out. Why am I complaining? Goddamn Daredevil and the Punisher had a full-blown spit-swapping make-out match.
Oh fuck! I can't believe I missed that.
Fucking Pat just explodes.
I was like, hold on, I need to take a break real quick. I gotta watch that episode.
Wow, it's been 3 hours. It's only 45 minutes.
And that part's only like 2
Seconds.
But I just keep reversing it, and
Going frame by frame.
God, you can really see the tongue just bounce off the inside of his mouth.
Oh, man, as Jay
Yeah,
put it,
it-
tonsil hockey. Good old tonsil hockey.
You can see Charlie Cox's tongue in the back of John Bernthal's neck.
Yep.
So our favorite bit next door.
I think it's that one.
That new winner, new champion.
All right, so I actually have 2 favorite bits.
2 bits.
Oh.
One is the fact that Frank has never been a real person and it's just canon the whole time. It's not really a bit, it's the truth, but it makes me happy that Postman Frank doesn't actually exist as a real human being.
I'm right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoa.
And the other one is Fatty's Fart 2.
God, yes.
because that will never, ever get old.
Never. Like, God.
Oh,
That's just incorporated into my everyday life now. Because, just for reference, one of the nicknames we give the dogs are, I know I hear Liz call them fatties. And then I'll just say fart 2 after it every time. One time I did it, and it took Liz a second, and like it was like a 2-second delay. But then when she realized what I said, she just started howling. It's fucking great. I love it. Those are good choices. Solid choices.
Thank you. John, what about you?
I
Clapper, isn't it? You love the clapper.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite.
Favorite and my least favorite.
It represents the duality of man. No, I do have a couple. I had a hard time choosing. One was Ghost Dongers in My Ass.
That was great.
Because that was funny as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But, and this could be recency bias, but say it with me. More lateral moves. More lateral moves.
Yeah, that from that episode
2 weeks ago. 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes.
Not the last one, but the one before it.
Yeah.
Yes.
My brain hurts.
Where I sounded very similar to this. Because it wasn't 2 days
Jimmy's
ago.
just doing a long form callback right now.
Well, I just want to say that I had the opportunity to listen to that episode the day it came out.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And it was a damn hoot and a holler. It was super fun.
It was fun.
It was a blast to record.
Yes.
Pat, you got any favorite bits?
One was Fatty's fart too. You beat me to it. And the other one is more of like it's a Cage bit and it's like an AYCH bit. I think, but maybe more so on here is Abaddon.
Yeah.
I love that one.
It was good.
Well, that was my favorite bit. Abaddon. Like, I just love no context Abaddon. Like, God forbid people come to this episode fresh. It's like, oh, what? What is that? And they're like, we're just sorry, I'm a burpy son of a bitch today. Burpees fart 9 over here.
In some countries, it's considered a compliment.
Oh, in some countries, I almost puked on this table. But yeah, Abaddon. I know I have a lot more. Thanks for bringing up Ghost Dongers again. That was fucking good. No, I don't want to try to think about it. All good bits. Love them all. Damn good shit.
All right. So next up, we have Best Host. That's the award, Best Host.
Okay.
And, I think for me, it's got to be a tie between Michael Rosenbaum on Inside of You. Great podcast. Mm-hmm. And also Ken Logan for that one episode he was here on.
If there's ever a breakout performance for a newbie podcaster, I think they clinched it.
Yep. John?
I was just going to say it was a 3-way tie between all of you.
Aww. That's so sweet. Pat?
Oh, it's me, obviously.
Of course.
And I too wanted to give love to my 3 favorite hosts. That is Jay Hunter, V1, and OOC from the OSW Review podcast. I love you guys so much. You're so great.
Yeah, nice.
You guys are awesome too.
Right.
By the way.
Well,
Not bad.
All right. So
You see how I love how that bit legitimately evolved around the table.
yeah, no, that was nice. Yeah.
I liked it.
That was a good bit. That might be in the river favorite bit.
You know what? I take back my favorite bit.
Fuck you, Abaddon. This is funnier.
Oh, the lights are flickering. No, they're not really flickering, but
All right, so the next one we actually had as a request. This is for our number 1 fan. And we had a request from someone who sent in that they not only bought a shirt, but they shared the podcast social medias.
Yep.
They listen to just about every episode. And they were like, hey, that makes me your number 1 fan. Which is why they didn't win, because we don't like brown nosers, Eric.
Whoa.
Especially from future guest hosts.
Just trying to like sweeten us up, slather us with honey to get us going.
Actually, we do hope to have Eric on for the Wicker Man episode sometime in 2022.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
At some point, whenever we get around to it.
Yes. For me, I think our number one fan is that oscillating fan right behind Canon. It does a lot of good.
It's a nice fan. It does need some WD-40 though.
Yeah.
It's really squeaky.
Very
It is,
practical.
but it moves the air, and on its lowest setting, it doesn't interfere with the recording. It's a good fan. Also, friend of the show, Joe. I like friend of the show, Joe. Yeah.
The fan we mentioned the most.
What about that dusty old fan, that the newcomer that's kind of sad right now?
I mean, it's fine. Maybe next year. You got to climb the ladder, make yourself famous. Yeah, that's really. Yeah. John?
I also said friend of the show, Joe.
Oh,
Right, okay. Pat?
You know what? It might be a bit of surprise, but I said friend of the show, Joe.
Huh.
well,
I think it's unanimous, guys.
as the guy who interacts with friend of the show Joe more than anyone else here at this table, I'm going to have to say that the number one, the best fan. Well, wait, what's the award again?
Number one fan.
Number one fan. It's always friend of the show Joe. I mean, he was always friend of the show Joe. He's literally listening to our podcast at work today. Doing dishes. Well, not on the Bluetooth speaker, like in his headphones.
I feel like he might be the only one who's listening because he's a fan, as opposed to these are my friends and I want to support them.
I mean, you'll be surprised how many people like me and Joe will talk about it at work, and then like people who like don't pay attention to me for shit there normally, and then they're just wait, you're on a podcast? Yeah. So me and my friends, we talk about Nick Cage movies sometimes.
I mean,
Emphasis on the sometimes.
It's about half the time.
49%.
That's not me complaining.
listen, it's about self-preservation. We've said it many times before. We want to keep the show going as long as possible.
But yes, friend of the show, Joe.
Acting.
Always love you, sir.
And then for the final award on the self-referential portion of our show, our favorite episode or episodes.
Oh yeah. This one was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I got a nice little handful in this one.
Yeah.
You got some handfuls in your hands.
Yeah.
For me, I love the Dolph Lundgren episode.
That one was good.
Yes.
I love the Jean-Claude Van Damme episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that one was... To me, the preparation for that one was really fun.
Oh yeah. Like for both of those, actually.
Yeah.
Like I got to see, and some of those turned out to be some of my faves, and like classics that I'd never seen before.
And then more recently, the Trapped in Paradise episode. Because watching that with you guys was the first time it had felt like a Christmas season to me.
It's Christmas.
And so far, still the only goddamn time because it's 74 degrees outside.
It's gross.
I've been wearing shorts all fucking day. I fucking hate it.
Something, global warming, something.
Don't worry, in like 2 days, the
Doesn't
temperature
exist,
goes down
last
to
I heard.
60,
Whoa.
55 on Sunday, so it'll be fine.
No, yay.
I mean, it went down to 55 2 weeks ago.
For the record, I don't actually believe that. So
That's what
I
the
just don't
weather
want people to
says.
think I'm a dumbass. You know, global warming's not real. Have you been outside?
I feel like that's part of canon now. Between who was it that stormed the Capitol that we?
God, I forgot what all we've pinned on other people.
Yeah, I forget like what bits that we use amongst ourselves and what's actually been said on air, because some of that has been cut because like
It's a mishmash.
Because I think I cut that one out.
because even
Editing.
though like it's a very facetious bit, we don't want someone to take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Unlike Tanner's Twitter history.
Oh, God.
I don't know, Tanner. Looking a little sus. A sussy baka.
Sussy baka.
So yeah, those are my favorite episodes. John, you got anything?
I guess recency bias, but I just had such a blast doing the impressions episode.
Yeah.
But like y'all are saying, or like Justin was saying with the like the Dolph Lundgren and the Jean-Claude Van Damme, because I never really explored those movies, and the ones I have, I wanted to see again, like Rocky IV, which is I love that movie to death. I know, like in the moment, that's really stressful because you have to cram in so much watching, but yeah, I love those.
Pat?
And Raising Arizona, just for the bit.
Yes.
You mean how we spoke about the movie for about 6 minutes?
Yes.
The most reviewed movie we've ever reviewed in the history of this show.
And then number one fan, runner-up, Eric did not appreciate it?
Nah, he wasn't a fan.
Our fan wasn't a fan.
Just wait till he goes on for Wicker Man and we just derail the whole fucking episode.
Oh, God.
That'd be a good bit. All right, but for me, I have a handful. I will echo that the John Claude's. That was a fun episode to do. Just to see all the just to be in the room and just see all the reactions. But one of my favorites is the Cage restaurant episode.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh, that one was good.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing it. I couldn't be there for this one, but. The first straight shooting was a lot of fun to go listen back to. I hee-hawed so many times throughout that episode.
That was the second straight shooting.
Huh?
Wasn't that the second? You were here for the first straight shooting.
Whichever one.
Because the first straight shooting was when John was unconscious for 3 days.
Oh, the
Yeah,
shot
'cause
era.
Yeah, because that was when I got my second COVID shot.
Yeah, the second straight shoot. Then.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially Jonathan's like Lowe's story.
That was fun.
Wait, which Lowe's story?
The one about the woman looking for
the showerhead vibrator woman. Yeah. God, I still think about
Showerhead
that.
vibrator woman.
I still think about that, and I feel so uncomfortable. I felt violated.
It's a quote, John. Looking for a showerhead to blast her pussy with.
Man, I'm going to have to listen back to
This one has
shoot
multiple.
episode.
This one has multiple pulsating settings.
And I know
Blast your clit into outer space.
God damn it.
Yeah. I remember my other. Damn, I'm remembering a bunch of favorite bits now.
I mean, fuck it. Bring them out. This is the show to do it.
Little rewind to the other one. Another favorite bit when Jonathan says "Gorilla Grip Pussy" and he put it in.
Oh, how did we forget that? How
in
did
free
I forget?
speech jail.
Yep.
It was the best X amount of time in free speech
God.
jail that's ever been free speech jailed.
The most frequent inhabitant of free speech jail.
Hey, I wouldn't go that far.
No, that would actually go to Otto.
Fuck off,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See, he's already in a bad mood. Oh, now he's super pissed.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, God, you threw him.
Oh, God.
Abaddon's going to get him.
Abaddon and Otto tag team. There's no surviving that.
Nope.
See,
You got
this
lined
is
up.
the start of Arc 2.
Yeah, we're setting up the inciting incident where Otto comes back for their long form revenge plot.
I just want this to be on tape. Like, after you said this is the beginning of Arc 2, you looked in Otto's direction like you were about to stomp a mud hole. I just wanted the listeners to know that. I was like, I thought a real life anime was happening in the fucking basement right now.
This is of Otto heel turn. And lastly, one of my other favorite episodes is Drive Angry.
That was fun.
Oh,
that
one
was a
was
good
fun.
one.
Because there's definitely a disparity in the room on that movie, but goddamn, do we have a good time watching it?
Yes, we did. Kenneth?
Again, they've been said, both trips down JCVD Boulevard and Dolph Lundgren Drive. I got to see Rocky IV for the first time. First, like, solid Rocky movie that I've seen. I mean, you can't, I guess Creed doesn't really count. It's like the only Rocky movie I'd seen was Creed. But, yeah, those were fun. And oh my God, new favorite bit. My mom starting the show with the Gorilla Grip Pussy episode.
Oh.
Y'all
Pussy
say
this,
pussy
pussy
too
that. It's all right. She obviously doesn't listen.
We actually did catch some flack for that.
And for those listening, I do apologize that you were offended by me saying pussy.
Oh wow, what a non.
I know I'm so brave by putting the blame on you for being offended. But no, for real, like Sorry if that did offend you.
We're not trying to rustle any jimmies.
We're just here to have fun.
All right, but favorite episodes, I got a couple. Pat, I'm glad you said it because it's on my list. The restaurant quality picture-in-picture episode. That was really fun because I actually got to throw a little bit of my actual expertise into the ring. And I was like, and the more I looked at the recipe, it's like, I hope they're somewhere, but I really want to try to make some of this shit. Like, legitness.
Well, I mean, if we have to, we just listen back to the episode.
I will. I'm down because if I remember, I mean, all of our episodes are great, but that one was very good. Also, I have maybe a little biased, but I did enjoy having an opportunity to talk about Ready to Rumble finally.
Yeah, that one was also really good.
That was a lot of fun.
The One Hit Wonders episode.
Fuck, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Going down some of our favorite one hits was some good. The Cage takes because I got to talk about wrestling and shit on Tanner a little bit. Two of our
always fun.
When Tanner was in the room to take it.
That's a new favorite bit. That's the winner. Shitting on Tanner. That's our favorite bit.
I love you.
Especially when he's in the room.
I love you, Tanner. And again, I know it just kind of happened, but it was a hoot and a holler. The impression that I get, damn good time. Loved it. Screaming. It was fun listening back to it. It was fun recording it all the way around. Yeah.
That was a good time 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
All right, so that ends the self-indulgent portion of the award show.
Oh, yeah.
Now
we get to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, let's pivot into the worst of the worst section. And then we get to the nice stuff. But let's start with the worst. So, the worst Travolta performance. What are we thinking? Because for me...
Honestly, I think we're probably going to be in agreement on this one.
For me, it's the Fanatic.
It's the Fanatic. It's Moose.
It's funny how I was thinking, like, what has been the worst? And it's like, oh, yeah, the Fanatic, it was this year. Because that feels so long ago, but that's not really like March or something.
Because that was our first Travolting development.
Yeah, everything on the show has been this year so far.
It's like, that doesn't sound right, but I know it is.
Yeah. They released on April Fool's Day.
Yep.
The 20th anniversary of WrestleMania 17.
Yeah. Because that was the joke. April Fools were doing Travolta instead of Cage.
I know, it was fun, but
turned into a full-on fucking thing.
But this is most Travolting performance. So worst Travolta performance, correct?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's a Fanatic.
Yeah.
It was always a Fanatic.
First unanimous winner.
Hey! I own that movie.
You bought it multiple times.
I rented it and fucking bought it.
Now the worst Travolta movie. Because, we're mirroring, because it's going to be different for the Cage stuff. But, it's the Fanatic.
It's
the Fanatic. The Fanatic is terrible.
It's the Fanatic.
Cannon?
Wait, what?
Worst Travolta movie.
Oh, worst Travolta movie. Oh yeah, it's the Fanatic too.
Yeah. Fanatic, okay.
I'm sorry, mine are in a different order, so I'm having a.
Yeah, I'm just skipped. Like mine are just thrown together.
A little free floating over there.
A little bit. Okay, so now.
Oh no, this Porsche's going by a lot faster than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like, what else do we have to say about the Fanatic?
Yeah.
It's bad.
I mean, there's a whole episode about it. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Please do. I mean, regardless of how bad that movie was, that episode's some good shit.
I mean, you get to listen to us just like at the full.
All right, so now the worst Cage performance. Yeah.
Worst Cage performance.
Worst Cage performance.
Okay.
This one was hard for me.
This one was
Because I feel like I had one, but then like I'm kind of going back and forth on it too. Like I wouldn't like. I guess we should preface this like. I not that I think this specifically was like bad. It's kind of like the weakest performance.
Yeah.
It might be a more accurate term.
That's literally what it came down to in mine. So
Because in most of these movies, he is one of, if not the best thing about the movie.
Especially if it's like one of the more
lower tier ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even we'll get to it, but even Left Behind,
He is the best part of that
glowing
movie.
compared to everybody else. Like there's not a bad performance really. It's just sometimes it doesn't fit the movie. So John, what'd you have?
I had his character from Jiu-Jitsu.
That's fair.
Just because that movie was poo-poo.
That movie was poo-poo pee-pee. Pat?
I originally had said Spirit of Vengeance, but I was making my list earlier, but I kind of did a little bit more thinking, and I was going to say his performance in Jiu-Jitsu. Not to say it's necessarily bad. It kind of just felt like it kind of felt like he was sort of given just a perfunctory, like appearance there. Like, this is a paycheck, so I'm kind of just like a supporting character. So.
And like even when he would do his like cagey bits, it felt like his heart wasn't in it, sort of thing. He was just like, I'm here.
Cannon, what'd you think?
Like I said, it was tough. It came down to the wire. Almost damn near identical to yours, Pat, because it came down. It was almost Spirit of Vengeance, but at least in that, he was trying something. That being said, the worst Cage performance is going to Jiu-Jitsu, because it's, I mean, not to just repeat everything that Pat said, this is the closest thing that I've seen since we have started this podcast to Nick Cage phoning it in.
Like it felt like it was half-hearted. Like, like this wasn't like a movie. This movie wasn't what he wanted it to be. So kind of like he sort of just did it accordingly.
And I'm not saying that's his fault either.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the whole movie felt half-hearted.
Yeah. And dizzying.
So Jiu-Jitsu wins, but for a counterpoint, I was torn between those two as well. I went with Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
For one very specific reason. I was thinking about the two of them, and I can remember his performance in Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
But Spirit of Vengeance, despite it being much more recent, is a fucking blank. I don't remember.
That is a good point.
I don't remember a goddamn thing that he did in that movie aside from pissing fire, and that wasn't even him performing. That was just him swaying his hips and a blowtorch coming out of his dick.
I don't know. Has anyone ever seen Cage at piss fire?
I mean, so that's what it came down to for me. I remember Jiu-Jitsu. I got nothing on Spirit of Vengeance.
I mean, I don't really even remember Jiu-Jitsu that much.
I remember getting almost seasick watching at least the opening bits of Jiu-Jitsu.
Like the most frenetic, like unfocused.
Wasn't there like a first-person POV?
There was.
Yeah.
A bunch.
Fuck. God, that fuck.
Like the shakiest of shaky cam.
Yep.
Made Cloverfield look like it was shot by Kevin Smith.
Tony Jaa, please.
And
That's what I
Let's
dig at Kevin Smith. I love you, Kevin Smith. Mwah.
That leads us into the worst Cage movie award.
And I think it's honestly, we've just been in agreement, and I think we're going to be again.
I think it's Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-Jitsu, yeah.
For me, it was Jiu-Jitsu.
It was, yeah.
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 Yeah, I got Jiu-Jitsu. Wow, holy shit.
But because, like, let me look at, because I have them ranked on a list on Letterboxd.
I mean, we only had 2 one-star Cage movies this year, and it was Jiu-Jitsu and The Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah, but, like, Spirit of Vengeance, it was kind of, like, funny because of how batshit it was.
I mean, plus, like, there were some cool things in Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah, there was nothing good about Jiu-Jitsu. That movie was so bad.
And see, it's very similar to my reasoning for the last award we just did. I remember Jiu-Jitsu, and that's not fun. Like, I forgot Spirit of Vengeance. I remember snippets, but I remember most of Jiu-Jitsu because it was that fucking bad.
Nah.
And disappointing.
And I remember because like you initially rated it higher, and then the more we talked about it, you're like, you know what? I think I fucked up.
No, I was.
Jimmy had to set it at a 3.
I wanted to like it because that was one that the first 2 episodes we watched separately.
Yeah.
Because we kind of had to, given the climate at the time of deadly virus that we had no protection against.
Yeah.
So we watched them separately. So by myself, I was like, that wasn't too bad. And then we were all talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, that did happen. That was dumb. Oh, that happened too. That was terrible. Oh my God, that movie was awful. So I changed my rating on air.
Yeah, that was cool. Like that was some good shit.
But because a lot of times I feel that like you watch a movie by yourself, you don't really, you're not as critical. But like when you have someone to bounce ideas off of and hear like what may or may not have bothered them. It's like, oh, you can help like formulate a better opinion.
And definitely, like with other people around, there's like stuff that you may not have been consciously like thinking of.
Yeah.
Like you may have noticed, but like, oh yeah, that was a thing.
All right, so next award is worst performance overall out of anybody of all the movies we watched.
Of all 40 movies that
all
we
the
watched
movies
this year.
Including The Family Man, which you can listen to since it was last week's episode. Definitely not next week's episode.
Yeah. In terms of how we're...
Oh, the TVA's here. Shit, the TVA's here.
Anyway, worst overall acting performance. John?
Unlike some of the awards, this one fucking piece of cake. It's John Leguizamo in The Pest. Fuck that movie. Fuck everything about it. It was so bad.
I actually did on top of the other ponderings I did today. Some orbs, some not. I think I actually lowered my score on The Fanatic upon reflection. I'm not the Fanatic of The Pest. I was like, you know what? I don't think one actually funny joke and one accidentally funny joke warrants a whole star. So I'm announcing that The Pest is now a half star in my book. And worst overall performance goes to John Leguizamo in The Pest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cannon?
Well,
because at least fucking John Travolta, as a dipshit as he is, tried something in The Fanatic.
I'm trying to think of like who would come close to either those two. Maybe like David Arquette in Ready to Rumble, but he's so psychotic in that movie. It's so entertaining.
It loops back around.
Yeah.
Well, agree with everything you two have said. In fact, I have also contemplated lowering my whole star review of that movie. It's definitely down there on Fanatic levels of just buffoonery. But my worst overall performance, this was tough. Like, we've seen a lot of doo-doo performances.
We've seen a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But no, I did not bother looking up their names. I'm pretty sure we referred to them as the Scooby Gang. Just the kids from Willy's Wonderland. You would think in a movie where Nick Cage doesn't say a fucking word, you would hire at least some sort of decent actors. But no, all of those kids sucked. Every single one of them were terrible. Now, yes, John Leguizamo doesn't deserve any good thing said about The Pest. But in some weird psychotic sort of way, I have the same feeling about, you said about John Travolta's The Fanatic performance to his buffoonery a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I guess he was going for insane, massively racist person.
Yeah.
Which he has apologized for since, correct?
And I guess it...
I
remember him saying, like, he would have done... plus, like, I guess if I had to guess that those kids and Willy wasn't that good chance, it might have been a lot of their first performances.
I mean,
Or
fair.
their like first
And
big
it showed.
production.
And like, and like, I don't like the main girl in it. Like, I don't fault her too much. I feel like she kind of got sidelined with being like with her roles.
Oh shit! I wasn't even including her in that. I was just including the other dipshits.
But I just want to have a quick aside. Like, I don't really blame her for her kind of being dry in that movie because like she's just basically exposition girl. But yeah, like the rest of the Scoobies were, they were kind of fodder to begin with. So, what were you really going to give them in terms of like, pathos? But I can see why they would have be low on a totem pole there.
Yeah. It was difficult, but I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to go with that.
So hear me out, because I disagree with all of you. So, yes, John Leguizamo's The Pest was terrible.
Agreed.
Genuinely terrible. But, that being said, John Leguizamo was the character he was trying to play. His character was awful, but his performance as that character was exactly what he was going for. So it was spot on. Same with the Fanatic. That character is hot garbage. It's poo-poo pee-pee pants. But Travolta was trying to be that character. That's exactly what he wanted. He's terrible, but he did it. The Scooby Gang from Willy's Wonderland. Bunch of shit-eating teenagers. They were perfect. Teenagers are terrible. That's what they were going for. And then they were fodder. They died. Horrible deaths. But the lead guy from Jiu-Jitsu was a wooden plank in pants.
God, I forgot he existed.
Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm.
Purely on the basis of performance itself, I do not believe there was anyone in any of these movies that was a worse actor than that man, whose name I didn't even care to look up. Because fuck that guy. He was Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. They just had him throw a punch. He was terrible. He did not act. There was no character. Fuck that guy.
Counterpoint. At least with him, I don't remember his performance.
I think that makes it worse.
Not when it's fucking John Leguizamo in the past.
It's
like it doesn't matter how memorable it is. It's doo-doo, pee-pee, poo-poo pants.
I will give you every bit of that because I'd completely forgotten about him.
Mm-hmm.
Solid art. But I raise you horny for murder girl from Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, you a freak.
Yeah. She was terrible. But again, that was the character on the page. So as
read it
purely better. From performance, as actors trying to be certain characters, I feel like the guy from Jiu-Jitsu failed the hardest.
And I also feel like the Doobie Gang didn't read the parts of the script in parentheses. They just went straight for the lines.
That's fair. Again, I don't disagree with anything you guys said.
But you're not wrong either. That guy sucked.
Yeah, I do agree.
100%.
I think we just have a 4-way tie.
They all suck. How about that?
No, they're all terrible.
Guess what, gang? You're all going to be mailed your Cageys in the post.
Well, all those performances sucked. I still like John Leguizamo, even though you made terrible decisions back in the day.
All those performances, your Cagey Award will just be us on social media flipping you off.
And I still want your side character from John Wick in some sort of media because I think that would be rad.
But please stop writing comics.
Yeah, don't write comics either.
Yeah, Phenom X2 came out. It's terrible.
God.
I read the first one. I don't even remember what happened.
Okay, so now we're in the final worst movie category. Worst movie overall. I'm going to go first since I'm sure I'm going to disagree with you guys. For me, it's Holy Mountain.
Yeah.
I spent an hour explaining why I despise whatever that was.
Go listen to the episode.
It's a good episode.
It is a good episode.
I'm so mad that I'll never get those 2.5 hours of my life back after watching that piece of shit. And I hate it. So, John, tell us why The Pest is your answer.
Personally, I love The Holy Mountain. But, yeah, fuck The Pest. That movie was doo-doo pee-pee garbage.
It's a pest. It's fucking bad. There's no redeeming it. So sorry, it's the pest.
I mean, we've seen some bad on this show.
We have seen some shit.
We're going to see a lot more bad.
Yeah.
We're also going to see some good. We all about the good things too.
There's the good with the bad. And
after this is about to be super positive.
Yeah, but Left Behind is coming.
Left Behind is coming.
Can that please be the first movie of 2022?
I don't know if we want to start off like that.
I kind of want to.
I think we can fit it in January. It's just that's going to matter of Ken's schedule.
I'm sure we already have stuff pinned out, right?
So. No. I mean, I think
not a fucking thing.
I've done some pre-planning, and the first Thursday in January of 2020 is the day before Nicolas Cage's birthday.
Okay.
So our first episode would probably be a Nick Cage birthday special.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And then after that, it's a bit more fill in the blank.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the show in general anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, but we at least have a one foothold into 2022.
Yeah. So sorry that it's a Christmas season 2 weeks ago.
We kind of busy,
and
y'all.
We're busy.
Bit. And this is we have 40-hour-a-week jobs on top of making this content for free. 2 shows on a network. 2 active shows.
Yeah. Sorry. So it's fine. Besides, it's not like all you can hear. We gotta have something new every No, we're just gonna pick a fucking movie to watch and then talk about it. So. We'll get to plan it when we fucking get to it. Y'all are the worst fans.
Yeah, take that imaginary person that we made up in our heads and decide to attack.
And this is like Twitter.
And we have oodles of ideas. They're just on a wheel. Well, we're on a wheel.
Yeah.
They'll be back on the wheel.
What we can do is we can write down all those ideas and just have them correspond to numbers so we don't have to erase all that again.
That is very true.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm okay with that.
Think harder, not smarter.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Cannon, what do you think the worst movie overall was?
That being said, long story short, the worst movie that these eyeballs have seen for this show this year is The Pest. Without question.
Well, I mean, because the thing is like, for me, like, The Fanatic is not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it is a good, barometer.
Yeah.
For, bad movies.
Yeah.
It was dethroned very firmly by The Pest, in my opinion. And it was, oh, God. Everything about it was ill-conceived.
At that point, you're like, oh, my God, do I lower one or raise the other? I'm just like, I don't know.
It's almost like I do think it's like you can rank with even the half stars, even between the firm star scale. You can sort of arrange those 2s and 3s and so forth in a rather definitive ranking.
Yeah, and for those who are curious, the worst movie that I believe has ever been made is Boo Medea Halloween.
No, that's fair. For me this year, The Pest is 3rd worst.
Well, it was 2.
The Fanatic.
I mean, I can't argue that.
Because
that one stinks for many of the same reasons.
At least The Pest was about a half hour shorter.
And it's like this. We've mentioned this before.
But God, The Pest felt so much longer.
That was a very long. What was it? 82 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't even a full 90.
Yeah,
Jesus. And again, we have said this before on a previous episode. Just because we didn't like how Fred Durst was telling his story, at least he had some semblance of a story there. Unlike The Pest, which was hey, have you seen what music videos and clothing look like in the late 90s?
Not in the late 90s. It was the late 80s into early 90s. But we're going to make this movie in 1996.
That movie did look like it was shot in the late 80s, even though it was 97.
Yeah, because it had that that late 80s, early 90s font.
And then all those color blocks you would see from that area.
I always thought it was an earlier film too.
Yeah.
I was thinking more 94 for some reason.
No.
It was 97.
And I kind of feel even our slapdash, make 'em up shit has more cohesion than The Pest.
I don't know. That Hallmark movie we made was really bonkers.
You know what? I would say it's less problematic.
Much less.
I can't wait. I still haven't listened to that episode. It was recorded a month ago.
Go check out episode 242 of the All Can You Hear About podcast, where we make a Hallmark movie. Because, in case you're looking at your calendar, that was, about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. It was for Christmas, which was last week.
Happy New Year.
That episode.
It's Easter. What the fuck?
December 13th. And this is definitely coming out on December 30th. But when it's recording,
who knows?
Yeah, we're recording this on December.
So anyway, that concludes the worst section of the Cagey Awards. And now it's time to take a quick commercial break where we'll have a commercial, probably one of the Santa ones, because, Christmas was last week.
It was Christmas.
And we'll be right back with the Good Awards. Should be a good time.
Well, hey there, folks. Do you like mugs, t-shirts, phone cases, stickers, wall art, pillows, all sorts of fun things with fun logos? Well, if you do, head on down to tpublic.com/user/caging greatness for all sorts of great merchandise and support your local creators. That's us. Hooray!
twice. Like now, we're doing a cold open now on the way back.
Speaking of, didn't Jack Nicholson get some sort of deal when he did the first Batman movie? Like some sort of like the piece of the something?
I think so. Yeah, because I'm not as familiar with the behind the scenes of the original Batman. I love Batman Returns, though.
Oh, man.
Great movie.
You know, I've never seen Batman 89.
It's good. It's very good. Michael Keaton's the best.
I mean, I have it. I've just never seen it. I grew up on the Schumacher ones.
I will say Returns is still probably my favorite, at least of those two.
Returns is my favorite Batman movie.
And a hell good Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
It's on my Christmas playlist.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial that you've probably heard 4 or 5 times already if you've listened to the show more than once. And now we're into the top tier awards of the Cageys 2021. Starting with, let's go with Best Supporting Actor in a Cage Film.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah. John.
Well, this one was really hard for me, mostly because I interpreted the category as Best Cage in a Supporting Role, so I had to come up with one really quick. But as far as like just my gut instinct would be Holly Hunter in Raising Arizona.
Ah,
No,
nice.
it's a good choice.
Nice.
Good choice.
Really good choice. Just for reference, that was what the award was going to be. But looking back, Cage really wasn't in a supporting role in anything we watched this year.
The best we could finagle was Jiu-Jitsu, which we didn't want to give any good awards to. And Trapped in Paradise was kind of an ensemble thing with the 3 leads, but not really.
And Color Out of Space, technically.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, the marketing was built around Nicolas Cage for that one.
Well, I mean, I feel like even like the marketing was built around him in Jiu-Jitsu, and he's only in the movie like 20 minutes.
But I will say, there are a couple movies in my memory bank that if we watch them next year, they will definitely be up for that category.
Yeah. So yeah, just right now, just Best Supporting Actor in a Cage Film.
But I'm sorry, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I love my name for it, Best Cage Support.
It is good. Pat, what are you thinking?
I had a little trickiness with it. I might like in terms of like I guess like a supporting role that's with Cage through the majority of the film. I would agree with Jonathan with Raising Arizona. Mm-hmm. But I guess to have another one maybe off to the side, I really liked John Goodman in Bring Out the Dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good choice. Cannon, what are we thinking?
Well, this might be a little sprinkle of personal bias because I have mentioned I am a fan of this particular actor, and I will say I've never flat out 100% hated Ghost Rider, and I did enjoy it a lot more on our viewing. Definitely enjoyed it more than Spirit of Vengeance. That's for damn sure. But that being said, I love me some Donald Logue.
You do love you some Donald Logue.
He is good in just about anything he's in. Like, I grew up watching Grounded for Life. I fucking ate that shit up every day after school. He was a good bit in the first Blade movie. He was the tiny bits he's in that, what was it, the third Cloverfield movie, the Paradox movie? Yeah. Like, even though those were just added because they were like, hey, we're going to add the word Cloverfield to this movie. I got it. Oh, and one of my favorite, highly underrated shows that only got 1 season that we definitely need to watch. Everyone needs to watch this. Terriers on FX. Damn good show. And yeah, he in Ghost Rider, his buddy in Ghost Rider. That was my Cage support.
That's fair. I actually had 2.
Okay.
2. One, I mean, you guys are going to laugh at me because but Dana Carvey from Trapped in Paradise. His character really grows on me. I've watched the movie several times. I'd never seen it, and I love Christmas, so it's
yeah. I mean, I can't confirm that's been on the background on TV at the shop quite a few times since Jimmy's watched it.
Well, I mean, you just come in there at the wrong times. Anyway, I love Dana Carvey, and I think he was really good. I like John Lovitz was good too, but Dana Carvey was more fun. And the other one for me, even though the movie's not super great, I liked Ron Perlman in Season of the Witch.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Ron Perlman, they had some good buddy banter in it.
Yeah, I like the buddy banter.
Somebody from that movie almost made mine, but it wasn't Ron Perlman. It was the kid from Misfits that I don't remember his name.
We said his name, but I forget it too.
Yeah, I thought that guy did a really good job in that movie. Seemed like he was swinging for the fences, just in the wrong fucking movie.
That was probably one of his first like major role, if I had to guess.
I need to rewatch Misfits. I really like that show. Have y'all seen that show?
He's on
Oh yeah, fucking yeah, that too.
He plays the guy who can talk to the dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
For our next award, this one was one of Pat's ideas, and I really like. This is the Who Better Than Cage Award. So this is an award for who we thought outshone Nicolas Cage in his own movie. So let's switch it up. Cannon, what'd you think?
Ooh, you flipped the script on me. I like it. Keeping
Flipping
it fresh.
the table on you.
Keeping it fresh.
Keeping it funky fresh.
Freaky fresh.
So, I feel like you're gonna find my Better Than Cage an interesting choice.
Okay.
And this was another toughie. Like I was like, I basically used our Spotify and was just scrolling back and forth through episodes. Like, but I didn't initially like this movie the first time I saw it.
Mm.
Second time we saw it, I fucking loved it. And this person's performance, strangely enough, I think it's going to be kind of a hot take. I think Selma Blair from Mom and Dad even out-crazied Cage in a couple of shots of that film. Like, I legit thought that those kids were in danger when she was on screen. And she convinced me that she was gonna kill her babies.
You know what? I think that's a solid choice. That was my number 2 pick.
Yeah, really?
Because, Cage, you expect to go crazy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But Selma Blair is normally pretty straightforward. And she was very good at going from I love my children to I love killing my children.
Like
And it's a subtle change, too. Like, how she could, be, like, murderous, but still have, like, a level of, like, I guess like a calm demeanor to her, which in a way makes it scary. And
because what you're saying, she had a coherence about her that a lot of the other crazy parents didn't have.
Well, they're just like turning into the fucking zombies from 28 days later.
Yeah, but she was cold and calculating. Mm-hmm. It's a really good choice.
Yep.
Thank you,
Pat. What did you think?
I might be interesting. I had William Feitner from Drive Angry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good,
yeah.
good.
The accountant's a good character.
Because the accountant was like, they're both, because he's a very straight-laced character, but he managed to have like this like wackiness about his character. Like even though he's he's an accountant, he's like has this very like direct and firm in what he does, but at the same time he's doing all this ridiculous shit with just like this straight face, and it really stood out to me because Cage, despite being in this bonkers ass movie, he's kind of playing it straight.
Yeah, he's pretty subdued compared to a lot of people.
It kind of has like a dour expression, but he's not really tapping into the reservoir of Cage.
Except that the scene where he's killing the dudes while he's fucking that chick.
Yeah, there's that. There is that.
That was buck the fuck wild.
But William Feitner is driving the fucking like gas fucking 18-wheeler with Casey and the Sunshine Band, and he just walks his happy ass out of the truck on top of the cop cars as the truck will go ka-donk, ka-donk, kaboom down the middle of the street. Oh. And when he does his little like crazy hand trick with the quarter and the ID badge, he was great in that movie.
That is a solid fucking choice.
Yeah. I'm kind of mad that I forgot about
Same.
that.
And he's great in everything too.
However,
John, what'd you have?
For me, this one was probably the hardest one for me because honestly, I think Cage is probably the best thing about a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
But for me, it didn't even necessarily come to the performance because this person's not in the movie that much. More so a single shot. And it's Sam Elliott in Ghost Rider.
Nice.
Very nice.
When they're like, he's on the motorcycle and Sam Elliott's on the horse. I'm sorry.
Great
Sam
scene.
Elliott looks more badass.
Great scene.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So good. Oh man.
And
Probably some of the best casting that you could probably put in a movie.
oh yeah, for sure. Now for me, it was also Bill Feidner from Drive Angry.
That's a good one.
I mean, you can never go wrong with that guy. He's great.
Yes.
And he's not in all that much.
He should be in so much more.
I agree.
But what he is in, you take note of.
Like, he actually felt like the only real character in that Sandler version of The Longest Yard.
Like, make a sequel called Accountant Driving Angry. And just him.
Count Angry.
Yeah. Oh, God.
One! Ha ha ha.
No, you see, you just remade that Ben Affleck movie, but you just put Will Feidner in it. The one they show like every other week on TNT before Dynamite.
Yeah, they play that one.
The
to hell.
account. Oh,
Yeah.
the goddamn that fucking movie.
And like every time that's on, I'm like, oh, I always forget John Barenthal's in this movie.
Yep.
You know, I've seen it. I remember it not being that bad.
I mean, I'm sure it's not bad. It's just probably like not especially like memorable. Like it's probably like a solid movie.
Like a C tier movie.
I mean, that's honestly what a lot of like TNT like
Yeah.
post
No
pre
drama.
prime time movies like that's a serviceable movie.
I just love how since Dynamite's moving to TBS, Dynamite, very funny.
You know what's hilarious? Explosive.
That don't work.
So for the next award, we have the most Travolting performance. That's the John Travolta performance we felt was the best out of all the ones we watched.
Yep.
The most developed Travolta.
So,
Developed Travolta.
gonna get real weird with it. Pat,
Yeah.
you're up first.
Travolta, he has a range, doesn't he? But I thought I liked him the best in Face Off.
Yeah, no, he was very good in Face Off.
I don't think John Travolta is completely without a skill and ability. I think it just it might be a little bit more rare when it shows itself in full. But I thought he'd get a good job in Face Off. Like honestly,
He was a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
yep.
That was the point of the movie.
Yeah, it was good.
And that was a fun episode too.
Yeah,
It was a
really
good
good.
episode. Yeah. John,
To me, it's only one choice, and it's Face Off. Because, like, the thing is Travolta is the yang to Nicolas Cage's yin, and that is the same for quality. They kind of go in opposite directions, where, like, most of, like, Cage's movies are at least pretty good. Travolta's not. Even though a lot of times, like Cage, he's the best part of the movie. But for me, Face Off, like that was like the one movie from the Travolting development so far that I have just thoroughly enjoyed.
that's fair.
Like unambiguously.
Cannon.
Oh, it's 100% Face Off. It is John Travolta giving basically his best Nicolas Cage, and I thought he does a damn good fucking job at it.
Yeah.
Just like, especially not so like just the crazy bits, but like just more like the conversations he has with people as Archer, as Castor, if I'm confusing the fuck out of anybody. But yeah, it was always Face Off.
You know, I liked Face Off a lot. It's obviously the best choice, but I think for me, just as a personal choice, I gotta go with Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Broken. He was crazy in that, but like a subdued crazy, a lot of weird stuff.
I caught it.
And I also liked Michael.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that movie was pretty good.
like Michael still surprised
Yeah.
me. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the greatest, but it's no Fanatic.
It was. I honestly liked Michael.
Yeah, same.
But Face Off was the best, obviously.
I love how Michael's poster is the most graphic design is my passion award. It's literally just his fucking picture with like a little dog cut out in the fucking corner. That's it. That's the whole poster.
You know, honestly, I thought about that today when I saw the new poster for the Uncharted movie because it looks like dog's ass.
Oh no.
It's just Tom Holland and Marky Mark standing there in front of what's obviously like a free use pirate ship sunk in half in the water, and the two of them don't even look like they're in the same lighting shot. is
And it is
really-
Tom Holland giving his best Nathan Drake pose that I have seen from a cover of an Uncharted game.
Yeah,
It's not good.
It's
though.
a bad poster.
I mean, it's kind of like when that first Black Panther poster came out, and it just looked like Chadwick Boseman's like disembodied Photoshop head, like off center with a bunch of just shit you couldn't tell what was happening in.
I don't know. Like, it seemed like ever since the prequels, like, I remember the prequel posters being really busy. And I feel like, especially like big blockbusters have copied that since. And I'm like, why is there so much shit on this?
It's like every Marvel poster ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teal and a lot of orange.
Or just like red and blue. Like, I love the, have y'all seen the meme? It's The Force Awakens, the 2019 Aladdin, and Dark Phoenix, and it's like, it's the most incoherent trilogy ever made.
Yeah.
I love that one.
That's
That's a
great.
good one.
That's a good bit.
All right, up next, it is our favorite traditional performance from Mr. Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Like a legitimately good, like the finest performance out of all the stuff we've watched.
like a standard, like what you would expect from any like ordinary actor.
Right. And for me, it's got to be Pig. If he doesn't at least get a nomination for a Golden Globe or an Oscar, then Hollywood is beyond saving.
They turned their
Agreed.
back on the
The
Cage.
only thing with that, I'm scared it was released too early for that.
Yeah.
You have to get in like November, December.
Anything before that, it's like it might as well have not even happened.
Yeah, and anytime after that.
Well, I know Cage has been nominated
He's
for
won.
Pig.
He's
and-
won. Yeah, he won for Leaving Las Vegas.
For
I mean,
Pig.
I was meaning like I think there was some award somewhere where he was nominated for Pig.
It might be the Golden Globes because they just released the nominations for that.
Maybe
Yeah.
so.
No, he definitely deserves it. He deserves all of it for that movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, definitely.
I would if I'm gonna. I would definitely say Pig was my favorite traditional Cage performance.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go slightly different. Not his performance in Pig was fantastic and should not be understated by any means. However, my best traditional Cage performance is gonna have to go to Lord of War because I feel like
Very solid.
if I'm thinking of like when it comes to his performance in that movie, I think it is the like perfect blend of just about everything the man can do, just like subtly given to you instead
Yeah.
of just like because you get your crazy bits, but you know they're like few and far between. But when they're there, like you know where they're happening.
Like the Cage just popped. The crazy Cage pops his head up, and be like, "Hey, I'm here," and then goes back in.
And it's still just like, you know, I'm sorry, I know Jared Leto's in it, but it is a really good movie. I
Yes.
still really enjoy
He gets
that
brutally
film.
murdered.
He
so
does
it's
get
even
murdered
better.
in that movie.
God. For me, it came down to three choices. Pig, which I think as far as most dramatic performance, I think is the best, and Lord of War, as for similar reasons. But I think for me, it was his role in bringing out the dead. It's a similar argument to what you made with Lord of War. You get it's a more holistic version of Cage.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you get a little bit of the crazy, but because of just what that story is about, that little bit of crazy lends really well to the narrative trying to be told.
Right.
And I don't know, I just really love that movie.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Pat, you said Pig, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking solid choices all around, in my opinion.
Excellent choices.
And like I said, Pig. It was tough. It was really tough.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the best Cage performance.
Oh, the best
yeah.
performance.
The best performance.
Yeah.
What we think is the best, crazy, unhinged. You know what we know Cage to be at the height of his powers.
Yeah. So, Pat, start with you.
It might be kind of a chalk answer, but I thought he was great in Face Off. Like, I mean, there's a reason why all the memes come from that one, and I think he really showed his stuff, how crazy he could get in Face Off. But that's it for me.
Yeah. Cannon?
Well, a movie that I was very surprised that I enjoyed, but the best Cage performance, in my opinion, is Vampire's Kiss. Like, oh God, that was just like banana sandwich turned up to 11, and I still can't believe I like that movie. But it's just so bananas. It's great.
John?
I have to agree with Cannon. Like, Vampire's Kiss is like more towards the middle of my list. It's nowhere near the top, but I just love his performance so much because it is so unhinged and so over the top. Even more so than Face Off or Con Air. It's just batshit insane, and I can't get enough of it.
Just like different directions every time, different accents everywhere. It's just,
and it fits for what the movie is.
I know,
too.
in a sick sort of way. It's almost the same reason why I love Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock / Venom so much.
Yeah,
because like his accent breaks like all the time in that movie, but at the same time it works, and I just don't know. I love it. It's fine.
And he acts like he's like hyped up on amphetamines.
The boy is sweaty and just like tired the whole time, and like, you know, that kind of feels like whenever that character breaks, it seems congruent with what we have so far in the movie, in that movie anyway.
For me, it was Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Like, that is the gold standard of cageness to me. All right.
Didn't even realize how like a lot of the Nick Cage memes come from that movie.
A bunch of them, yeah.
If it's not Face Off, it's Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what do you think? Should we do Cage of the Year or Best Movie?
Well, Cage of the Year would be our favorite. Would be what we think is the best movie that Cage released in the current year.
Yeah.
I think we should start with that one.
And then we do best Cage. I mean, that's the best movie
Overall.
Yeah.
All right. So, Cage of the Year award. That's for Best Movie released in 2021.
And honestly, I think this is going to be
Well,
unanimous.
I think we should at least remind people what all Cage did in the year 2020.
Yeah.
Good idea. Let's do it. I thought you were doing it because you had it ready.
Well, you know, let's see. Let's talk about it. We have Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah.
We have Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Yeah.
We have Pig.
Jiu-Jitsu? Or was that last year?
I'm pulling up the list now.
Because on Letterboxd it says Jiu-Jitsu came out last year.
Yeah, no, we have Prisoners of the Ghostland, Willy's Wonderland, and Pig.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Then it's no contest.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Pig.
All right,
It's
on
big.
3. 1, 2, 3. Jiu-Jitsu. It's fucking Pig. It's Pig. I love that movie. That movie is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
I was not ready for how fucking good that movie was.
And coming out of that movie, I was initially a little more cold on it than y'all were. But the more I thought about it, the better that movie got for me.
It's real so good.
Yeah.
And mostly because it went in directions I didn't expect.
Yeah.
And once I like had time to like process what happened, I was like, God damn, that was such a good movie.
Mm-hmm. So really, if you haven't seen Pig yet, what's wrong with you? Are you wicked? Go watch Pig.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, Cole, what's your problem? 3.5 stars?
God damn.
God.
All right. And now for the number one Cagey Award.
Ooh.
This is Best Movie.
This one's going to have some discussion because I know we're going to disagree.
Oh man, this is going to be interesting.
Shimmy.
So-
I am not starting. I'm kidding. That's fine.
Let's start with Jonathan.
Oh, why me?
Do you want me to start? I'll start if you want me to. Because I know you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll relieve you of the burden.
Thank you.
Well, this
Bear
was
my cross cannon.
so fucking tough. So fucking tough.
Because there were a lot of good ones.
Like, and I was trying my best to like, and I know like these are all like legit my opinion after like literally just laying in bed the time that I had today to do this for 3 weeks. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. But out of all the Cage films that we have seen this year,
In fact, if you want to do 2 sets, all the Cage films and then all the other films.
and we can do that. I mean, like, we can show some spotlight on some movies that we didn't really touch on, but we really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we want to do that first and then wrap up with Cage?
Yeah, let's do our favorite
Okay.
non-Cage movie of the
Okay.
year.
All right. Favorite non-Cage movie. of the year.
Non-Cage movie. Out of everything we watched. I'd be happy to go first if you guys
Yeah,
want a moment to
please
ponder.
do.
Okay. Well, for me, there's 2.
Okay.
There's 2 that stand head and shoulders above the rest to me, and that is Rocky IV and Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, my pre-order of the Street Fighter Steelbox Blu-ray came in.
Oh,
really?
hell yeah.
I'm very excited.
That was one of those things that I saw, and I was like, I want to get it for him, but I also know he's going to buy it immediately.
Pre-ordered for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. It came in today. Very pleased.
Ooh.
So yeah, and Rocky IV, I said it many times. That's my childhood. You know, Rocky is the best. And Ken, I told you yesterday about the Tubbs brand rubber duckies that are cosplay ducks for Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa coming too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
I'm super excited. I'm gonna have a Rocky Balboa rubber duck.
Roll Tide.
It's good stuff. So for me, Street Fighter and Rocky IV.
Hell yeah.
Anyone else ready to go?
I guess I'll go. God, this one's kind of hard because I didn't have this one prepared.
I'm so sorry. I'm working on mine too.
but going just based off my gut, and I know Shimmy's going to vehemently disagree.
I might throw something.
But for me, it's the Holy Mountain.
You're wrong. Your opinion is bad. and you should feel
No. It's like I understand all the criticisms you laid out of the movie, and there are definitely some I agree with, but just the audaciousness of the movie, and I do think it does have some pretty cromulent points to say about modern society, and sadly how some of it's still true today.
And but plus, like, something John and I talked about after that recording is like, there might be some stuff that might be a little obvious now, but like at the time, who was saying that?
Yeah.
So, but I no.
But I completely understand why people absolutely hate the movie, because the minute it started, I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna hate it. But I do love the sort of scenery and how like hypnotic it kind of is, especially with the music and the sets and everything.
Like the set design and like shots in that film are fucking nuts.
Yeah, it really you really get it as like an example. This is a very dreamlike, transcendental type of affair, and like it's like I was impressed with what they're able to pull off.
And like I'm a huge fan of like David Lynch, and this is similar but not really.
They're definitely like neighbors to each other.
Next.
This one's hard because, like, obviously there's a lot of movies that, like, okay, this is like a well-made traditional film, but I don't know if I would say it's like it'd be one I would revisit. And I'm also kind of consider like how good was the movie, sort of quote objectively, and how fun it was to watch. Because sometimes a good movie may not be fun to watch. Just like you just enjoyed the craft of it, and like both are valid in different ways.
Or like there's a lot of movies I've seen where like there are like technical aspects, or like I can appreciate how someone would enjoy this. This just isn't my vibe.
Yeah, and there's a couple that come to mind. Just like I had a lot of fun with these movies, like in the room, and at least in that perspective, it was Ready to Rumble and Showdown Little Tokyo.
God, like, those were fun to watch.
On the critical end, probably very flawed, and definitely wouldn't be the vibe that a lot of people could judge with, and that's completely understandable. But like for me, like those two are just the right amount of stupid
Yeah.
that I could get on board with.
It's almost like all art is subjective.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like
At the end of the day. Sorry.
I mean, like, literally, no matter how good something is, you'll never have something that's 100% adored or 100% despised. It's impossible. There'll never be that thing that's universally loved or deplored.
It's just in No Way Home is 100% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, I can't believe how great that movie was 2 weeks ago.
I can't believe that you could totally go listen to episode 243 All You Can Hear podcast where we give our spoiler review of Spider-Man No Way Home that we definitely recorded last week.
Seriously, if after all of these teases there's not Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I'm burning down the theater.
Make sure we leave first.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to pull an Inglourious Bastards and we all die. No.
Just Marvel fucking rubbing that tip till it's bloody and raw. But I guess, in the sake of like something I feel like I could revisit and still have a good time with, I might just choose those, and I might just be being a coward too, and just like I need to pick something. So let's just say for argument's sake, it's those two for like non-Cage movies that I enjoyed the most.
Okay.
Well, I just circled a few that I really enjoy. I mean, obviously, Ready to Rumble.
Sure.
Adore that movie. Always have a good time with it. I feel like I'm a better person now for finally seeing Rocky IV.
Good.
Really, really like that movie.
Rocky IV so good.
I had a fun fucking time with the Guyver 2 Dark Hero, man.
That was fun.
Guyver was real fun.
It's like metal Power Rangers with like blood and gore and shit.
If you like Power Rangers, but like a bunch of really gross shit and like some killer 80s cheese.
It's like I love Pat. It was like his explanation about how these movies will come off to like different people, and I'm just like throwing all the silly shit at you, and I loved it. It was great. That being said, Time Cop, motherfucking Time Cop. I need to finish it, but I started The Righteous Gemstones recently, and Mother of God. Adam Devine, however you say it, his character in the show has a fucking framed poster, the movie poster of Time Cop in his house. And it's the best. And I will finish it off with Mortal Kombat. Fuck you, nerds. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, the hottest take we can give in 2021, that Mortal Kombat 2021 was fun. Fuck you.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
Great
fuck
time.
you.
It was okay.
I enjoyed it very much.
Like people acted like that killed their firstborn. I'm like, y'all need to go outside and touch some fucking grass.
I feel like everybody who's like fucking like stroking the balls of like the old Mortal Kombat, it's a fair, you have a right to your opinion. But also, I kind of feel they're a little nostalgia pilled. Like, can you really say that that old Mortal Kombat movie did fucking Goro justice when he got kicked in the nuts and fell off a cliff?
I will.
Sure. He got punched in the nut, not kicked.
Now, not to keep stroking OSW's wiener here, but they did do a video review of the original Mortal Kombat movie. Now they know it's fun, it's a fun time and whatnot. However, you watch that shit in like 4K Blu-ray cut now, you see every bit of the flaws in that fucking movie.
Oh yeah, all the seams are visible.
Like you can see the part where they're in the boat in that movie, like going somewhere, you can literally see the back curtain with stars on it just like flapping in the It's fucking great.
It's almost like these movies weren't made for like this level of high definition.
All right. So that brings us to our biggest award, the most important award in all of film. Mm-hmm. Best Cage movie. Best Cage movie.
And this is of all the Cage movies we've seen of all year, including the ones that came out in the year our Lord 2021.
All of them.
Everyone we seen.
So Does anyone want to go first? I will go first if nobody wants
I mean,
to.
I have mine.
Yeah, I
Like firmly.
Okay.
yeah. I'm
Well
good
then.
with whatever.
John?
All right, I'll start. I'll probably be singular in this, but for me, it was Bringing Out the Dead. From the moment for me, it was like that was the new benchmark. It was like, okay, Nick Cage movie got to clear this.
Oh,
I just love the surreal elements to it. I mean, this is a Scorsese movie I've been meaning to watch and finally haven't had an excuse to, and I think this is one of his most underrated movies, at least out of the ones I've seen. And I've seen most of his like big important movies. Like I said earlier, Cage's performance is really great. John Goodman, like all the supporting cast, like you feel like even though there are surreal elements to it, it feels gritty and grounded, and it's very tragic and just kind of bleak in its sort of depiction of a paramedic in the middle of New York City. So yeah, Bringing Out the Dead.
hell
It's
yeah.
a very good choice. Pat, what are you thinking?
I mean, I might.
Do you want more time to ponder?
I feel like I might just have to go with Pig because I really do enjoy the craziness I got to see throughout the year. But, like, I don't know, there's just something really, like, just sort of tragically sweet about Pig. And it's like I talked about during our review. It kind of feels like one of those medias you put on to like you want to feel sad too. Like, you know, like everybody, you know, most people I know have like, you know, like a song that's like, okay, I'm into blues, or I want to feel sad. Like that's something you put on. That's something you play. So like, if you want to feel in your feelings, get in your feelings. I feel like Pig is a nice movie to do that too. I don't know. I feel like that was just the first one that came to mind. Probably the one that had the most impact on me as a viewer, like overall. And I think it's just in Cage's like high echelon of all of his films. This is definitely one that's in like, you know, the velvet rope area. So I think for me it's Pig.
Cannon?
Yes, that is definitely why Pig got my best movie of 2020. Pig is fantastic, 100%.
So good.
Forwards and backwards. It's a genuinely great film. I can't wait to own the Blu-ray, the special edition steelbook, whatever kind of version they make. I'm getting it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go with just, and it may seem basic in logic, but just rewatchability. And also, this movie has, in my opinion, one pretty fucking stellar cast. Sometimes it all can't just rely on Cage. He can't carry all that weight on his back. He needs a little assistance from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if certain people who starred in the movie didn't fucking like it for some goddamn reason.
Preach it, brother.
Fuck you, Cusack.
That being said, Con Air, definitely the best Cage movie that we have seen of this year.
Are we about to get a four-way tie?
Honestly, I would have been surprised if you hadn't said Con Air.
Yeah,
Same.
like I said, I love Pig,
Yeah.
like love Face Off, but in my heart of hearts, it's always been Con Air. I can watch that movie at any point when it's on. I can start it whenever I want to and be happy with my decision. Just why couldn't you put the Blu-ray back in the tray? I mean, come on, it's so good. And like John Malkovich, John Cusack, even though he's a dipshit about this movie, is one of my favorite actors. Has been in the past at least, but like fucking Danny Trejo, fucking Steve Buscemi. Goddamn, that dickhead federal agent that I always forget his name, but he's good in things. And of course, you know,
Malkovich.
yeah, I think I mentioned John Malkovich, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I know I'm missing. Dave Chappelle's in it. You know, before the he dies in it.
He does.
He
die
super dies. He dies and then like dies again.
Oh, yeah.
But God, I know I'm missing some other like stellar
Ving
people in it.
Rhames.
Ving Rhames,
yeah.
yes. Oh God.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo. Yeah, just it's a pretty fucking solid cast for the time, and it's just nuts action, just planes crashing into Las Vegas. Spoilers. It's they crashed into a real fucking casino. Let's bring that back up. I mean, it was a closed casino. They were going to tear it down.
Yeah,
but that's fucking rad.
No, they wanted to make it real, so they just flew that plane right down.
Yes, that's what happened.
Isn't that movie a Jerry Bruckheimer production?
I think so.
Pretty sure, yeah.
But yeah, just like I love it. It's great.
So this one was tough for me. Mm-hmm. There are several that I really loved.
Answer your question. Yes, as a Jerry Bronco, he's a producer.
Okay.
So I loved Willy's Wonderland. I did. I won't apologize for it. Especially since that was our first actual episode. It's always going to have a special place in my heart. Because like I've said, coming over here and hanging with you guys is the highlight of my week every week. Has been since February. I love Pig. Pig was one of those that genuinely touches you in your soul.
And even just from hearing the premise, you wouldn't expect that.
No, but it just comes out of nowhere and hits you right in your feels.
Yep.
It's so goddamn good. All the classic ones, Face Off, Con Air. Yeah, I really like Prisoner of the Ghostland. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, before like 3 weeks ago, I would have said Pig. But do you want to know what?
Is this mad lad going to do it?
There are a lot of aspects of my personality that have me predisposed towards certain things. I love Christmas because it's one of the few times that I always feel hopeful and happy. Like my favorite movie of all time is It's a Wonderful Life. George Carlin said once that paraphrasing, inside every cynical man is a disappointed idealist, and that's true. So I've always gravitated toward things that make me feel hopeful, that feel good. They're like, maybe everything's going to work out. Maybe people are inherently good people. Do you want to know what? For me, it's Trapped in Paradise.
He did it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
An underdog.
I loved that movie so much. I had never seen it, and I've seen it several times in the 4 weeks that since we watched it together. But I genuinely love it. It makes me happy. It's people making a mistake, and then a very forgiving town of genuinely good people welcome them with open arms. It's just nice.
Yeah. And if you ask certain people who worked on that movie, it might have been a mistake with the original director.
Yes.
But genuinely a fun fucking movie. Really good.
Like sometimes you just want something that's nice. Mm-hmm. And to me, it was nice. And that's been my maybe recency bias, but that's been my favorite movie we've watched, honestly.
Hell yeah.
I love how we all have different answers that really reflect our taste.
I was kind of hoping that would happen in a weird, sick way. And it did.
I would have been confused if it hadn't. Like, for the best movie 2021, obviously it's Pig.
Yeah, I mean, that's no contest.
As much as I loved Willy's Wonderland, it's Pig.
And even like Prisoners of the Ghostland. Like, I like that movie.
It's still Pig.
Yeah, I know I didn't talk about too much, but yes, I'm not going to understate it. Pig is great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I knew you were going to pick Bringing Out the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that was a go. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to watch that one again. That's one I definitely am willing to give another peek ski at.
Yeah, the only complaint I have, I think it's a little too long.
Yeah, just slightly.
I forgot John Goodman was in it already.
He was in the first segment.
Yeah, the first part of it.
First third of the
He's
movie.
just good. He was really good in Raising Arizona as well.
Yeah, he was.
I'm going to say hot take. John Goodman is a good actor.
He's a good man.
Maybe. And if y'all have not seen Barton Fink with John Turturro, God, that movie is so fucking good.
It'll make you scream too. Like,
and if you haven't seen Brain Donors with John Turturro,
that one's also really funny.
Cannon, you got to watch that with us.
If you want another movie with John Turturro and John, just watch Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Great movie.
Fucking banging soundtrack.
My favorite Coen movie.
I can't argue with it. And there's a lot of good Coen movies.
And Barton Fink is a Coen.
Yeah, I know.
And if you get a boner for story stealing, Secret Window.
Yep. Yeah, John Turturro's in that one. So is Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Oh, is that like a horror movie?
It's like a Stephen King short story, I think.
Secret Window.
Yeah, it's based off a short story called Secret Window, Secret Garden, I think.
Is that the one where there's like a virus in the water?
No. This is the one where Johnny Depp is an author and he goes to a secluded cabin to work on some shit. And then one of the locals starts giving him some really hard time and ruining his life. And then shenanigans.
What's the movie where Johnny Depp is a writer, but he's like, or I don't know if he's a writer, but he's looking for like this evil book or some shit.
Ninth Gate.
That's it.
I really like that movie, even though it's a Roman Polanski film.
I've never seen that movie.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
To be fair, I watched that movie. I loved it for a long time before I noticed who directed it. It's good.
Well, I mean, it's like,
Can't help that.
yeah. Especially like if you're a kid watching it, like granted, like if you're a kid watching Roman Polanski movies, like
Where are your parents?
where are your parents?
He was out doing drugs.
Yeah.
It's like, we know we're your parents.
But no, I love that movie. And Frank Langella, who played Skeletor in the Dolph Lundgren He-Man.
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was also great in Frost Nixon.
Oh, I've seen that movie. That movie is surprisingly good.
It's a really fucking good movie.
Is it Michael Sheen that plays?
David Frost, yeah. Yeah, great fucking movie.
Yeah, I wanted to see that movie just because of that one line in the trailer. If the president does it, it's not illegal. I'm just like, oh,
it's
shit.
really, really good. I highly recommend it.
I have been wanting to watch that
From
one.
what I remember, it does kind of have some like Aaron Sorkinism. So like if you not a fan
Aaron
of it,
Sorkinisms.
Also, Martin, it's funny you bring him up because like Liz is like background noising 30 Rock right now, and the episodes where he popped up just started playing.
So yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
It's been a good year for Cage.
really
Been a good year for all of us. Thank you guys for doing this.
hell yeah.
This has been fun. This is one of the few things that have kept me sane.
Can you believe it that this is the first year that we had a spinoff from the AYCH network?
Yeah, after 5 years at this point.
It will be 5 years next year for the AYCH crew.
God, it doesn't feel that long.
Strangely enough, only the 20th official episode of Cajun Greatness.
Yep.
Like by name, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like all the other like ancillary. We have like 40 episodes, give or take, of Cage Greatness, and half of them are about Cage.
I don't care. All of ours could be called episode 1 MP4, episode 2 MP4, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. It's been fucking great, and I've loved every minute of it. Mm-hmm. I love it. I'm ready for the Cages part 2.
I've loved almost every minute of it. That gaslighting shit. We should probably, maybe stop lying to me. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about, Shem? Well, we never gaslit you before.
God damn it.
It's almost like he's doing it now.
Yeah, it's weird.
I was gonna say one of my favorite moments from the year so far has been all the different bug attacks we had.
Oh God, how can we forget that shit?
No, we keep getting attacked.
That's a good bit.
And also,
is it a good one though?
It's in hindsight.
I mean, it's funny now.
I would say it's been a memorable bit. It's been a bit that we couldn't control.
I just want y'all to know, as soon as one of those creatures becomes a snake, I'm quitting the show. I'm just going to burn the house down.
No, I'm never coming back.
Yeah,
to
we're going to have to like record somewhere else entirely.
Just bring all your shit over to my house. There's no snakes in my house.
Bullshit! There's one in your front yard that one time.
I said in my house.
Scared me to death.
There's probably 1,000 in your front yard.
I mean, yeah, same.
Yeah.
And also when that fuse box exploded.
Yeah, when I almost died on air. That was great.
Yes, when you almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, dang it.
Didn't it just like cut off?
No, everything fucking stopped.
Yeah, like the power stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, because that's the cold open for that episode. And then like, kapow. And then we go into the intro. And then we go into the rest. I think that was Raised in Arizona.
I think it was.
Like, it was so quick, you didn't hear us initially scream. Like, it was just done.
Yeah, because there was the pop, then the power stopped, and then we screamed, and then I lost feeling in my arm.
And then it just like the arc of the sparks that came out of that fuse box.
Everything exploded.
It was
it was scary. Like, legitimately.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Like, I thought Shimmy was dead. Our computers had exploded.
But here we are.
No, life begins on
Almost
the other side of an explosion.
Almost an entire year. It'll be an entire year. February.
Yes.
Yep. Which is only 4 short weeks
4
away.
short weeks.
Definitely
More
not,
lateral moves. More lateral moves.
because it's definitely not December 16th right now.
Yeah.
That would be silly.
That would be bizarre.
Super silly.
Winter has come and gone.
How bizarre.
How bizarre. We listened to that at work today.
Oh, good.
Somebody asked me at work, what do you want to hear? And I specifically requested How Bizarre. He goes, what's that? I was like, just type in How Bizarre. He goes, by what was it again?
OMC.
Yep, he said that. And I was like, yes.
That's still one of my
played.
favorite songs.
He played it, and then it played again. And I was like, turn off your repeat button. My repeat button's not on. He looked down. Oh, wait, my repeat button is on. Gee, you think?
Well, yeah, we've hit just about the 2-hour mark now. So
Yeah, I think that's a nice solid place to wrap up a year in Cage. And if it was AYCH, we would only be halfway through the show.
yeah. Which, if you want to listen to that one, Ken and I are on there too.
Yeah,
Because
that came out earlier this week. If you're listening to it the week it comes out.
Because we are officially lads, and you can't take that back. You say that on air. We are lads.
Yep.
So.
Although they're still not full-time lads because we can't get them on
You
everything.
can't gaslight me now, man.
I mean, like you can't be on every episode because y'all have different schedules than we do.
Don't invite me to every episode. I'd try.
That's
Probably.
true. It's like physically impossible to do them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're on when they can. Just like hell, even the core 4 on every episode.
I mean, y'all don't want me on the anime episodes because I'm going to be the guy not knowing anything about the anime.
Same. I would also sit there and shrug.
It would just be like the Cannon and Shin making like the Tim Allen Home Improvement grants.
Like, I would definitely try my best to give the best That Canon Guy anime analysis, but I don't know.
But Pat, guess what I saw in fucking Barnes and Noble today?
What did you see?
They have now released the Evangelion set.
Like the Blu-ray? Mm-hmm. Nice. Also, when I was at Barnes & Noble, setting off the alarms, I saw...
We did too.
Everybody does. I also saw that they had a really cool collection of Arrow films on sale.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of really cool like genre films.
Ooh.
Neat.
Arrow Video's a really good distributor.
I should go check that out.
Yes, and
Maybe one day Arrow could be a sponsor.
and
Maybe.
maybe one day Arrow Video will release Ready to Rumble on 4K HD.
I mean, honestly, that seems like a fairly reasonable avenue for that movie. I mean, I know they kind of err more toward like horror and like that sort of stuff, but you know what? Why not?
It was a horror movie to Rose McGowan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has been.
I don't mean to laugh. It's a terrible thing. That's a terrible joke. But
I mean, is it a joke or is it just true?
I mean, it's true. She hated her time on that movie.
Oh, yeah.
But
For many reasons.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I love that movie.
Anyway. I hope you're okay wherever you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Oh, yeah, 100%.
But we
we hope you're okay wherever you are, listeners.
Yeah.
Yes, dear listeners.
If you're in trouble, blink twice.
Let us know what your favorite award things were in this.
Hey, how about this? We'll release a blank edition of the award, and you fill it out yourself. The home edition
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
We should put that up on the Twitter
on the Tweety.
or the Facebook and the Instagrams. So, yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah, that sounds
You
like a
can
good
send
idea.
us your address, and we'll mail you one.
Sure. Yeah, like comment on the stuff, social media, maybe give us a like, maybe do anything to help us feel like we're wanted.
And don't forget, I'm pretty sure for $5,000 we'll come to your house, eat your food, and shit on your coffee table.
That is still an offer that we have always on the table.
Yeah, it's like that ridiculous tier on people's Patreons, but it's real life.
How am I remembering all the bits now at the end of the show?
Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. We need to wrap this up because I got shit. Like mega bad. But
Like,
let's get this going.
we might have an actual I shitted on the podcast?
Maybe you gotta have an actual
Full
full
actual
guy.
typing.
Well,
God damn it, Otto! He slipped something in my drink. You little bitch.
It's like you threw Otto across the goddamn room.
Well, because he was being a cunt.
Hey, no,
All right.
You know what? I feel like this is start of a very intricate plot for season 2 of Cagey Greatness.
Yes.
All right, we'll wrap it up. That just reminds me of a very quick 25-minute story I want to get to.
Okay, hold on.
All right, John.
My plugs. So you can follow me on Twitter at JONIFUI24. John Owens on 12 on Letterboxd. Matt, go.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I got to shit.
No, to go shit.
the plug is Jonathan's ass. It's to do to.
That's no better way to end.
God,
It's the greatest ending to the award show ever of any award show ever.
It's the most on-brand thing that could have happened.
Fantastic.
But thank you all so much for listening to this episode and for all this year. We really appreciate you helping get this new spinoff, this new show on the AYC Network off the ground, and it's just going to keep flying until we crash it back down under our own incompetence. But thank you so much for listening. You can follow me wherever I am on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name. And of course, AYCH on all those platforms. And go check out the AYCH Year in Award Special that came out on Monday.
I have been That Canon Guy. You can find me at That Canon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Thank you for putting up with us this past year. Hopefully you'll continue putting up with us next year.
And I'm Justin, aka Shimmy. You can find me at Captain Shimmy's Kind of Art, Captain Shimmy's Almost Music. You just listen to us here on the podcast. Go check out our merch store at tpublic.com/user/Caging Greatness. And like they said, want to say thank you to everyone who's listened to any of our shows. Just a few names off the top of our head. Eric, I know we gave you a lot of shit this episode, but thank you. Pearson, Postman Frank, friend of the show Joe, friend Claire, my friend Reagan. A lot of people. Even if only 7 or 8 people listen to this thing, it doesn't matter because we're having fun, and even one person listening is enough to get us to do this. So we want to thank you all very much for letting us just destroy your ears with screams and stupid bullshit. It honestly does mean a lot, and it's probably the only thing that's kept me sane this year. So
we're having fun, and you can't stop us.
It's been real fun.
So thank you, and thank you guys, and I'd thank Jonathan, but he's currently losing their bowels. Somewhere
Trapdoor
upstairs.
has fallen away.
Yeah, just whoosh.
Oh man, final.
Actually, I sat there all broken hearted. I went to shit and only farted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fantastic.
Well,
So,
never mind.
yeah.
Happy New Year. There's no poop.
Yeah. So again, thank you all for listening, and we will see you in 2022.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
John didn't shit.
Didn't shitted. Nope.